Hello and welcome to the 81st edition of the Fallout Feed. Hi, everybody. This is Andrew, and tonight I'm joined by Kara and Ray. Hi, Kara. How's it going? Uh-oh, did I lose Kara? Ray, how's it going? No, there's Kara. Hi, Kara.
Hi. Sorry, I'm doing this from my phone tonight, guys.
Oh, no. We've had a little bit of technical issues to start off tonight. And Ray, how's it going tonight, Ray?
It's gone great. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thanks, guys, for hopping on tonight. Pat's taking the evening off. I'm not sure if Denny's going to hop on or not. He was in and out of vacation recently here, so I'm not sure if he's back into normal mode or not. But we're going to, the three of us, do just a fun little impromptu episode tonight. If you've been paying attention at all to the Fallout feed, you know we've got a new little project underway coming up here pretty soon with the Fallout New Vegas Roundtable. And so we've got lots of play along participants who have been submitting lots of their roles. So we'll take a look at some of those this evening. That's pretty much a lot of the majority of stuff we're going to be looking at. We also have an update from Gen Con. If you guys don't know what Gen Con is, it's like a board game and tabletop gaming and all sorts of gaming actually now. Convention. I know there's one in Indianapolis. I don't know if it's in other places too or not, but we have a little bit of a report from listener Craig that we'll get to here with some updates about the two Fallout games that are going to release here pretty soon that were displayed there at the Gen Con. So, Ray, you have anything new going on? Do you get into any Fallout shenanigans or anything over the last week?
No, I have been in a gaming wasteland. So it's been nonstop work. So I haven't been sitting at a computer for too many days now.
You don't work at a computer?
Not when I'm on the road, no.
Oh, nice. Kara, how about you? Have you gotten into any Fallout stuff?
Not specifically. I had a friend drop by, hadn't seen in a while, and they're getting me into Ark Survival Evolved. So I decided to spend this week playing around with that, and then next week is entirely dedicated to the round table. I'm excited about that.
I don't know what Ark is.
It's a weird way. It's hard to describe. It's dinosaurs, yet space agey technology, and it's kind of like you're in the middle of some kind of experiment. You just wake up with a diamond-like stone in your arm, and you wake up on a beach somewhere or something like that, and then you survive. Although every time, or just about every time I've spawned into the game, I die immediately. You just start over again. It's
so
really,
you survive or not.
Yeah. The good news is each time you die, your character's skill level stays the same. So you don't lose any skill points or anything like that. You don't have to start up over again from level 1 or anything. So like if I die at level 2, I'll come back as a level 2 with my same perks and whatnot. It is incredibly maddening, but at the same time, it's part of what I enjoyed so much with Fallout. And it's like trying to survive, gather materials, and kind of craft your way into safety kind of a thing. No power suits, though.
I haven't gotten into any Fallout stuff at all. I've been taking a little bit of a Fallout break because I've been trying to get all my trophies, my 3-star trophies, gold trophies, Kara, for
yeah, I was going to call it pod karting.
All the 150cc races for ASA pod karting.
Mm-hmm. I'm right there with you. I've had victory snatched at the very last race. It pisses me off so much.
It's hilarious because like I get so frustrated. I'll be running the same 4 tracks over and over and over again, and I'll win, first place in all three of the first three, and then the fourth one, it always happens a blue shell right as you're like crossing the finish line to have someone pass you or whatever. You know what I mean? You always do that shit. It's terrible.
They get too smart at 150cc and Mirror, which is also 150cc, just backwards.
You can't do that. I don't even know how to try.
Well, you set the one race on 200cc. I almost cried.
It was terrible. I don't know if I'll ever be able to do that again.
I don't know. Maybe if I apply myself with drinks.
Yeah. I don't know. That doesn't keep me on the road any better. But, I've been doing lots of Mario Kart.
You care less if you crash.
Exactly. That's my thought. I care less if someone beats me out at the last second. I'm like, whatever.
So I'll use this opportunity to throw out any feelers. If any listeners out there have a Nintendo Switch and Mario Kart, we are starting to put together a little bit of a Mario Kart league. And I say league, it's not competitive and stuff. We're all there for fun and good times. But it'd be a good way to participate and maybe be on a little bit of a podcast. We might try to do a little bit of a Mario Kart podcast. So if anyone's interested, please hit us up. We have an email, asapodkarting with a K @gmail.com. So asapodkarting@gmail.com. Hit us up, and we'll have some good old times there. We'll arrange a time where most of us can get together and run some races and record the audio. Maybe try to Twitch stream the video once the Switch capabilities for Twitch come out and everything. So that'll be a good old time. Everyone, if you have a Switch, please hit us up. We'd love to include you in this fun little project we're trying to throw together. Kara's going to do it. Shalene is also a part. Jeremy Bouts is a member, and so we're trying to see if we can drum up some more people.
Yeah, and some guy named Andrew. Don't know much about him. He's part of the karting crew.
That guy is. But yeah, so I've been doing lots of Mario Kart. I've been enjoying it. It's been really fun.
Have you done any of the battle modes or just the racing?
My wife and I put those on the other day. It's because she never tried in the battle modes, and I, she just said blah. She was they seem to be different. The last time I really played lots of battle mode was the Nintendo 64 version, and the courses are a lot more involved, we'll say.
Yeah.
Like they're like tri-level, all weird, like going up DNA lab to get between levels and spiral staircases, and it's all crazy. Like there's a space station one or something of that we.
I love that one.
So
I think I just like the way it looks.
Yeah, but it's difficult to get around. Like it used to be just like a little arena with the platforms you could blast each other from, but they're over involved. But I haven't really experienced it too much. But I'm always a race guy.
They've got
high school played the battle mode, but
yeah, they've got. I thought it was really interesting the different modes that they added to for battle mode. Like there's the one where it's like you need to keep the crown the longest, and there's the one where it's like cops and robbers or something like that.
Yeah, I haven't. I noticed there was a bunch of different modes. We only played once. She said, I don't like this, so we. I should check out the rest of them. That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, I was always terrible at them, but there's a part of me that enjoys it, so I'm not sure. I'm beginning to wonder about myself, guys, because I tend to like games that drive me up the wall. Does that make me a masochist?
I'm trying to think if there's any game that I like a lot that
it's kind of like people who like Dark Souls. I'm like, I can't even that level, but like there are things that drive me crazy, which is why I tried to do the last round table in survival mode too. It's like, no, I need more of a challenge. Yeah, and it did not work out.
Of course.
Never mind that I had classes to deal with too, but oh my god, I rage quit a couple of times before I decided to give up and go back to regular hard mode.
Oh my god! No, there's absolutely no reason to try to do your round table character. If you have all the time in the world and you can game for 8 hours a day, by all means, do your round table character in survival mode. But I die way too often in survival mode to even try my round table character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll do it for challenges and stuff, but I can't even play just like my normal fun characters. I probably wouldn't even do survival. I might add some certain aspects of it through mods, or like add that mod that you can turn on and turn off different, the different aspects of survival mode that you like or dislike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I should do something like that. I don't know.
Yes. Well, we've actually received some more. Someone's kicking dirt on our shoes here recently over there from across the pond. They want to try to do another like survival mode or a rally challenge or something like that against those vault dwellers over there at Vault 97 have another ass whooping coming their way if they want one. So, fair warning, you guys. So tonight we've got a bunch of the feedback play along participants who will be submitting feedback have done a lot of their character roles. So we've got a lot of those to go through tonight. We'll just sort of breeze through different numbers and just sort of like give a different overall impression of what we think these people's roles look like. We've got some emails to get through tonight too, and actually, here, let me go ahead and pull up Craig's audio and see if we can see if his stuff from Gen Con came out okay here. So let's see. I need to open up the email here. Let's go to the round table and see what Craig has to say here.
Hello, Fallout Feed. Craig here, live to holotape with my thoughts on the 2 different Fallout tabletop games that were being demoed at Gen Con 50. Wasteland Warfare is coming out from Modiphius. Their big release this year was Star Trek Adventures role-playing game, but they were at least demoing Wasteland Warfare. I actually got to witness people playing this, but I didn't get to play it myself. The minis are pretty cool. They had a display case with some samples. They had some Brotherhood of Steel. That's actually what people were playing with, were the Brotherhood of Steel ones. They had an Eyebot and a Deathclaw, and I think they had a Soul Survivor out. The game is basically a tabletop miniatures battle game, similar to like Warhammer 40K or some of the old school war simulation miniature games. They had plastic markers to measure distance traveled and weapon ranges and whatnot. The battleground that they had set up for the demo was the Red Rocket. So you're able to kind of hide behind certain bits of cover like coolant pumps and price signs. And they had 2 Brotherhood of Steel factions basically fighting it out. The other game is done by Fantasy Flight. It's Fallout, the board game. I never made it anywhere near their booth. They consistently had a line wrapped around them. I'm not sure what their big release at Gen Con was, but it must have been pretty awesome since I was never able to actually get to the booth. I have since watched some demos on YouTube that people have recorded. It's a hex sectional board game that it starts out, you have to kind of go and explore, and you have different quests that you need to fulfill to gain caps and reputation in the wasteland. And in my opinion, the Fantasy Flight one, I think it captures the essence of Fallout a little bit better. They're both kind of cool and at least worth a look at some points. I do say that I am slightly disappointed that the Fantasy Flight one was not just a tabletop role-playing game. They've done some awesome stuff with their Star Wars license, and I got really excited when I saw the Please Stand By logo on their site. But board games are pretty cool too. So those are my thoughts on the 2 Fallout releases. Hopefully they'll be out soon. I don't really know what dates are. I don't know if you guys have looked up release dates or anything, but I'm definitely eager to take a look at both of them. All right.
Hey, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Craig, for calling in, as it were.
Yeah, being our eyes and ears at Gen Con.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I'm not a huge. I would love to be a huge board and tabletop gamer. It's just that it never really worked out in my life. My wife doesn't really tolerate board games very well, or card games and stuff. And I miss it though. Like my family, when I was a kid, we played tons of board games and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited about the Fallout board game and the tabletop with the miniatures. That also sounds cool to me, but it also sounds like you might have to invest a lot of money to get all the miniatures by the end. Like it sounds like the initial setup pack comes like with a very limited amount of the characters. If you actually want to get like all 30 miniatures, you're going to have to spend a couple $100 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's almost like upselling or DLCs, expansion packs.
And the people that like those kind of games, I mean, they get into painting the figures and really doing it up big as far as the figurines go.
Yeah, I remember my friends would paint stuff, like would buy figurines and like a large. They would spend lots of time like decorating their figurines and stuff. You know what I mean? Their figures. I guess figurines is a little. They wouldn't call them that. They're miniatures or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not even part of the world. I don't even know what the correct nomenclature is for all the.
I actually knew a guy who was so talented he could make his own out of clay, and they looked even better than the store-made or store-bought ones. Like this guy had mad talent.
What do you like? Cook them to bake them solid and stuff too?
I imagine something like that. Either that or it hardened over time. I'm not sure, but I watched him take like this nonsense ball of gray clay and turn it into this amazing bat figurine. It was, I mean, and this guy, like he had total dude, like big sausage fingers, like something you would expect a lumberjack to have, like he's out every day handling the big tools and so on and so forth. But he's doing all these fine little details with these fingers. And I'm like looking at my hands, looking at his hands, looking at my hands. I'm like, I drop my coffee all the time. Like, how do you do that?
That's amazing. Sausage fingers McGee over here trying to carve clay.
Yeah, and so far it's still just expected to ship in time for the holidays is as close as we've got to a date.
Yeah, I thought I saw like November, December, somewhere in there when I just looked up a little bit. So that's great. Thank you so much, Craig. That's awesome. And we'll hear more from Craig here in a little bit about some character rules here. Speaking of character rules, we've got a little spreadsheet that Pat has made up for us. It's very nice. And of course, we went over all of our stuff last week. I did load up my character and I've been running around a little bit. I'm probably level 4 or 5. I haven't seen any obvious existence of this wild wasteland trait yet, Ray. Is that something that you have to?
Yeah, it's very situational. Yeah, it not necessarily levels, but just particular places in the wasteland.
Oh, okay, that's nice. I just haven't come across it yet. I've only been at the the major points that you should have hit already. Prim and whatever. Got all the way to the caravan place. Even it's just running around, sticking to the roads. It helps not dying. Did you go north at all early with your character?
Mine's only just stepped out of Doc Mitchell's house.
Yeah. Trot up that Nord Road or that road to the north, right?
Yeah. So when I was working on the mods and everything, I had put together a character and skirted around the north west side of the map and came in the backside of Vegas. And there's some nasty stuff out there.
Oh yeah, gotta run. I know, and I'm just brand new at the game, and all everyone says is don't go north, don't go north. So I decided to go north, just see what everyone's warning you about, and there's lots of hard shit, that's for sure.
Yep, lots of scorpions, lots of cazadors.
Yeah. Hey, so over on twitch.tv/ASA podcasting, you can see my character creation. My character, I named her Peretti. So if you would like to see my character creation over there, let's see, it's twitch.tv/ASA podcasting. And I don't know how long it stayed posted over there. I should probably bump it over to the YouTube eventually. So you'll see my character creation there. Ray, did you Twitch yours or anything?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
My character is the coyote.
The coyote.
Ooh.
That's awesome. At least sounds cool.
That's kind of what I was going for.
Well, what do you got?
Achieved. You hit the mark. Congratulations.
Are you gonna leave us hanging? What's this coyote thing about?
So he's just going to be a kind of a dirty deeds done dirt cheap. He'll be,
DC running around,
Yeah, doing odd jobs, no matter how despicable. He's done it all before, so he's not worried about it.
Yeah, and so you are part of the Legion, so that always helps cater to the more evil side of things, shall we say?
Yeah.
Great. Are you okay with your specials? You like your role? Looks like it's kind of even down the way.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to have to use some perks to bump up my endurance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your perception and endurance are down at 3, but perception doesn't seem to be as important in New Vegas as it is in 4.
Yeah, I'm not worried about my perception, but definitely the endurance.
Yeah, and that's Sorry, Kara.
No, someone tried to send me something and it just started playing. I apologize. It's my phone.
I thought you were saying something. Sorry.
No.
Yeah. So, Ray, you don't have any traits. Guns is one of your skills. I wish guns was one of my skills. If you want to kill stuff in the game, you got to use something. Lily Bowen, have you got any tips on her? You know all the followers well.
Yeah, she's she's an interesting character. It takes a while to get around to that part of the to the map, and you do a lot of fighting with Nightkin and stuff like that in the area. So, but she is a super mutant character that wears pretty hats.
A super mutant that you can get as a companion that wears pretty hats.
Yep,
that's awesome. I had zero clue. Does she speak well?
She's probably easier to understand than Strong.
Oh,
but
wow,
about 10 times crazier.
Oh, geez. Oh no. What about Fox? Do you remember Fox?
Yeah.
His name?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's cool. Ray, any last thoughts on your role?
Well, I am kind of lucky, so we'll see how that shakes out.
Oh, you got an 8 luck, and that basically just bumps up all of your skills a little bit.
Yep. Get a little bump in skills, but also luck impacts the attacks on you. So enemies have more mishaps.
Oh, nice.
When attacking you.
What does survival actually mean for the skills?
So survival is when you're crafting things at the campfire, potion, healing powder, and all those kind of things. The drinks, certain recipes require higher levels in survival.
Yeah, that's one of my skills, so I'm gonna have to get used to that. That is not anything that I've ever really used a lot in the Fallout series. I know that you have the chem stations and stuff like that in Fallout 4, and like the cooking station and stuff. It's just not something that I've used a ton. But since I've been assigned that as one of my skills, I'll definitely try to invest some time into looking into different recipes and stuff. That sounds good.
Yeah. And, it'll be something fun to play with, but I don't think I'll invest any more skill points to it than, what got bumped up by tagging it.
What is Four Eyes again? It's like I get a plus in one category and a minus in the other, but if I found
it's 1 point of perception. So
with glasses on or off.
Yeah, if you put on a pair of glasses, you get +1 perception. If you take glasses off, then you get -1 perception.
Yeah, and it took me forever, but I eventually found a pair of glasses in Doc Mitchell's house on a desk, I believe.
Yeah.
There is a pair of just regular eyeglasses in there. So you can get that even before leaving. And, he kind of gives you some outfits and stuff before you leave anyway, at least a vault suit and some other junk.
Yeah, and there's a fair amount of stuff you can loot out of there.
Yeah, what? What do we have? There's some
just about everything.
What do we have? There's some ammunition. There's like a broken automatic 9mm auto pistol or something.
Right, and because I have a repair skill over 30, I was able to repair it.
Oh, that's great.
And so now it's worth something.
Can you? It wasn't marked stolen or anything. You could take it with you.
Yeah, no, nothing in Doc Mitchell's house flags is stolen.
Great. Yeah, that's awesome. Kara, we've got your character role here too.
Mm-hmm.
You are a yes man. Do you have any idea what that means?
I have no idea, but it sounds like I am a very positive person, or going to be part of a very positive group that always says yes.
That always says yes.
And Kara, you may not know this, but Dave Foley is the voice actor for Yes Man.
Did you ever watch Kids in the Hall?
Yeah. I know. I'm younger, so you got to ask, but yeah.
No, there's some people. That was one of the fucking trivia questions for King of the Bunker Hill. Like, I made a big deal. It was like, yeah, it's Dave Foley, and people were like, "Who the fuck is Dave Foley?" And I'm like, "Who the fuck is Dave?
That was me."
I can't believe. Well, I mean, Ray.
And then they're trying to give me this clue. Kids in the Hall. What?
You're like, who the fuck is Kids in the Hall?
My kids watch that. But I didn't.
It was a great show.
Yeah.
How about News Radio? Did you ever catch an episode of News Radio?
No.
Oh man, come on! So much clout. Dave Foley's one of my.
I'm not into comedy.
Yeah. I've only learned that through becoming like into this this podcast group. Like, all of my friends around here, like, we all kind of watch sort of like the similar TV shows, and I come to get to know all of you guys really well, and everyone's all into like Doctor Who and stuff.
Yeah.
The Doctor Who care?
Yeah. Yeah, Capaldi was really growing on me in this last season. Like, I liked him for the longest time, but then like this season just really cinched it for me. And now he's leaving. I was like,
has anyone done, you should do a Capaldi Fallout 4 character playthrough.
Oh my god, I should. Can I get hair like that in New Vegas? Like, it was crazy.
In New Vegas? I don't know. They got some pretty crazy hairstyles, but I'm sure there's some mod packs for Fallout 4 at least. Or New Vegas, you're playing on PC, aren't you?
I am playing on PC, yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you've got a ton. New Vegas has been out forever. I'm sure there's a billion mods for you to sift through. You could totally. I bet you there's already a Capaldi mod. I bet from Doctor Who Fallout New Vegas mod out there already.
Yeah, I bet. I saw someone actually made Nicolas Cage in Fallout 4. Like, it's dead on. Like, it looks like Nicolas Cage digitized.
That's really cool. That's really fun. I like that.
So Michelle's happy that whoever that Doctor Who character is leaving.
Oh, Michelle.
He's excited for the new Lady Doctor.
That's a good question. We'll see once the chat catches up. But I think we talked about this. Like, you're either on one side or the other, or, well, I guess it's not either or, because you could also be in the middle like me, where I'm like, okay, she's got a good acting career behind her, especially with Broadchurch, but we'll just see what she does in the doctor's role. And if she does good, then awesome. If she doesn't, then that's a shame.
I'm not on one side or the other. I don't really care either way. You know, I'm all for the lady getting to be the doctor role because I think that's fun, and I think there should be a lady James Bond too, and maybe like a lady RoboCop.
Lady RoboCop, yes.
I think all that stuff would be really fun. So I'm all for that. But I've never actually watched the show for any length of time. Like I've seen a few episodes here and there, but I don't really get it. So I think it'd be fun to have a lady do it. So like I don't know, but the purists out there will probably shout me down for not knowing what I'm talking about.
It really depends. I mean, they've established that you can switch genders as a Time Lord, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. It just happens or it doesn't. So they've established that it's possible.
It's the most awesome title, Time Lord.
Isn't it? It's a little, some of the companions have pointed out, isn't that a little like self-serving? The Lords of Time. Really? Are we a little high on our horses? I think we are.
So your build here, Carrie, you're for the Yes Men. Yeah, you're super strong, means you can carry a lot, take some hits.
Yeah.
Is that right? Does it? And I assume strength influences your damage resistance.
No, that's endurance.
Was that endurance?
Yeah, and she's low on that, like me at 3.
Oh, yeah, you got down at the 3 for your.
I'm a glass cannon. I punch hard, but I bruise easily. Be tender with me.
You got high intelligence, so what does that do for you, Ray? I assume that gives you like better repair and like science and stuff like that.
Well, it gives her, the general lift in those categories, but the main thing is that she gets the max skill points every time.
Oh, sweet. That's right. I forgot about that. That is a great perk, so she can level up faster.
Yeah, yay. But so she gets a 20-point bump in medicine, repair, and science.
Ooh.
Medicine, repair, and science. Yeah, nerd.
Takes one you know one.
So Ray was saying there's an auto weapon there in Doc Mitchell's house before you leave Kara. Go try to repair that.
Okay.
That's fun. You're a loose cannon and none for your second trait. Loose cannon, I'm not sure. Is that like some sort of extra damage or something? Your lockpick, energy weapons, and melee weapons. Oh man, you got double attack, double combat. That's really great.
Yeah. It means I'll probably flub every speech check, but...
Oh, yeah, that's true. But you got Boone, and he's a good guy. I like Boone.
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's good with Boone if you're...
melee, yeah.
Yeah, a close-up character, so you complement each other.
Ooh.
Is there a scattered melee weapon in this game, Ray? Like there is in 4? Like a shotgun laser?
Like yeah, there is both a laser pistol and then also a plasma gun.
All right, Kara, good roll. Oh, Michelle, who's in the chat, he is also in your group, Kara. He's got the Yes Man.
We're very positive people, Michelle. Also, he said he is looking forward to the new Doctor.
Oh, well, great.
Yeah.
He got the role of a female, but switched to male because of role-playing purposes, and I totally understand that. If he wants to play a role, he needs to be able to get into the character. I totally see that. He's got the super high strength. He's got that strength of 9. Also in his 9 is the charisma. So not only will he be able to carry a lot, be able to boss everyone around. Good-natured. He's got that 4 eyes one that I have for the perception plus or minus 1, depending on whether you're wearing glasses. Good-natured, Ray, do you know off the top of your head, or do you have that list pulled up?
So good-natured.
We sort of talked about this.
Yeah, you get +5 to barter, medicine, repair, and science, and speech, and -5 to energy weapons, explosives, gun, melee, and unarmed.
Okay.
So
what do each of those groups have in common?
Well, so he's bad at the fighting skills, but he's good at the the talking skills essentially.
Okay. And what is his charisma? 9. So yeah, that'll work out. He's got high ass charisma. So looks like he's doing a charisma build. He's got lockpick, which is nice. Guns, which is I guess that'd be awesome to pump in since like you don't have, you can use guns as your combat skill. And your repair, that'll work well with your build there, I think. So awesome. And Veronica, we haven't really discussed Veronica too much. Do you know off the top of your head?
Yeah, so she is a scribe from the Brotherhood of Steel that's been outcast.
Oh, good for her. My kind of lady. So the Brotherhood in this game is I don't know if I've ever run into them yet. What's up with the Brotherhood in this game?
So the Brotherhood are underground. They are just trying to survive. Essentially, they're a very small group, and they'll send groups out to try to gather what technology they can, but they're really not as strong as they are in 3 or 4.
So they're more like scavengers than platoons of reconnaissance.
No.
Nice. Cool. Michelle? Yeah, good roll. Have fun with that, buddy. Thanks again so much for hopping on. Wendy, who has always been one of our biggest supporters here, always hops into the YouTube chat and stuff. Wendy's got a male yes man as well. Seems like we've got lots of yes men. She is pretty average right down the board. Wow. Very even roll, except for intelligence is her highest at 8. Otherwise, she's got 5 and 6s all the way down. Good-natured again, and Wild Wasteland. That's the one I was talking about with the crazy random encounters out and about, which I'm excited to experience. So maybe I'll just start trying to. Do you have any hints, Ray, where I should just head to try to engage something from Wild Wasteland? Is there a general area that things go down?
No, I mean it's kind of all over the place.
Okay, so I'll just try to wander out randomly instead of going to like the city and stuff. Or is it in the city too?
And then you have Rex. So there's actually a Wild Wasteland trigger with Rex.
Oh, nice. That's appropriate. Good. She's got Rose of Sharon Cassidy.
That's just a fancy name.
Yeah, is that a robot or a prostitute? What is that?
A robot or a prostitute?
So Cass is a caravaner that is stuck at the outpost and has nothing to do but drink. And you can get into a drinking contest with her.
At the NCR place with the 2 statues shaking hands, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I've met her before. She sends you off to the caravan company or something like that, if I remember right. Maybe not.
Well, her quest goes through the caravan company, but she's not actually with them.
So Wendy has a sneak, barter, and lockpick. Let's see, barter. What is her charisma? 5 and barter. Maybe, I don't know. Lockpick. What does that fall under? Is that an intelligence thing? Maybe no. Agility, probably. Perception. I bet you it's got perception. Perception is 6. But she's average all the way down, so of course everything's going to be.
Wendy doesn't sound too happy. She said, "Oh, great! I get a drunk."
She's a really fun drunk though.
That's good. She just sounded so thrilled.
Yeah. Well, with a shotgun nonetheless.
Because the 2 totally mix fine.
Yeah. So lockpick is in perception.
In perception, great.
Yep.
So Casey has a female, also in Yes Man. His highest one is the perception, and luck also of 8. Both those. He's got early bird, wild wasteland, repair, sneak, energy weapons, and Raoul.
Tejada.
What is Raoul? What's going on with that guy?
He's a ghoul.
Oh, nice.
Sweet.
That's great.
So he's also, I think he's in the same area that Lily is, up in that Black Mountain area.
I don't know if this is too much. Is that a super mutant stronghold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ran across that at a fairly low level. I had to turn it on.
Yeah, they got a lot of big guns.
Yes, they do. Laura, all the way from across the pond. Was that a good one?
Not even close.
Do I sound authentic?
Totally. Keep doing it, and you won't offend anyone.
Hello. Cheerio, Laura. A female in the Legion. So her highest being a luck of 10 and 8 on charisma. So luck and charisma, that's not too bad. So let's see if her skills line up anyway. Science, melee weapons, and barter. Charisma and that barter, yeah, that'll work well together. And she's got the Eddie as her robot. So does she have any sort of repair skill? 3 intelligence. Oh man, I don't know. Let's see if you can get how do you get Eddie? It's like you have to have a certain level of repair, or you can find parts to do. I don't even remember.
Yeah, you got to she'll have to get a bunch of parts.
So she'll have to like do a bunch of fetch quests to get pieces and stuff.
Yeah.
Or do you stumble upon them randomly? Do they send you on specific?
No, you have to go out and find them.
Oh,
so
boy.
There's no. It gives you the list of what you'll need, but.
All right, let's see. Kamikaze as one of her traits.
Yeah, so that one is she gets plus 10 action points.
Oh, good.
But her recklessness gives her a -2 in her damage threshold.
So she needs armor.
But with the luck 10, that'll be interesting because she'll have the maximum enemy mishaps.
Yeah.
And also she'll be able to go into the casino and play blackjack roulette, and be able to clean them out.
Ooh, nice.
Is there an idiot savant perk in this game?
No, but there is nerd rage.
Yes, I mean, I care not whether or not this perk is in the game. Don't know what you're talking about. So how does she have little intelligence, but one of her skills is science? How is that going to work?
Well, so it's actually a bonus if you if you get a tag skill and a skill that you would otherwise be low in, that tag skill is going to bump it up. I think it's 20 points. Well, and so good. you get a big boost out of it. Which depending on how you want to build your character, it can help or it can just be a complete waste.
Okay. I expect to see as much of this character recorded as possible because I have a feeling it's going to be amazing.
I hope she twitches a lot. She did twitch her
she
character.
Did. Yeah.
We've got that.
Yep.
I believe I retweeted that from the
Yeah,
Fallout
you
feed.
did.
Okay, so go ahead and look at the Fallout feed on Twitter if you'd like to find Laura's character creation. Okay, nice. Aaron has also written in. He got a male Mr. House again. His highest being agility.
Well, and also...
And here, another endurance.
Yeah.
Okay. Good one. Small frame.
So what's the opposite of a glass cannon? Because he's got 2 strength, so he's not going to be hitting anybody very hard.
No,
no.
Oh goodness. What? Come up with a good phrase. What's the opposite of a glass?
That's what I'm trying to think. I'm like, okay, so something that's very strong but absolutely useless for a counterattack.
An iron water pistol. I don't know.
An iron water pistol.
He's got a trigger discipline, right?
Yeah, so that one is that with guns and energy weapons, he fires 20% more slowly, but with 20% more accuracy.
Ooh.
I like that one. That's what I would take. I would do VATS and, the hell out of trigger discipline. That sounds good to me. And guns is one of his skills, so. And melee weapons. Who else got that? Was that you, Kara? Did you get something similar?
Yeah.
But you got energy weapons or something.
Yeah, I've got both. But I'm going to try to use more melee weapons because I'm really bad at using those. Like, I always go for, let's do long distance, and then I'll come in and punch people's faces if they're still around.
He's also got medicine. That's good because you can cram the stim packs while you're up there melee and weapons people in the face. He's got Rex as his companion, as do I. You go to visit, I believe, the king at the Elvis school or whatever the place is. Nice.
Do you have a voice for that one?
Do I have a voice for what?
The king.
The king.
Okay, let me see. Let me well, them there some fancy guns there, son. I do declare, I'm the king. No, don't be messing around with the king. Hey, y'all.
Okay,
so that's considerably better than the British accent.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, that was way more on target.
Karate or something, right? I don't really know much about Elvis.
It looks like he would do karate moves, like the way he moved. Oh, but no, it's not karate.
I might be pulling that out of the my memory of the Walk Hard movie. I think. I think the Jack White played Elvis and he did some karate chops or something. I don't know. I could be making that. Yeah. All right. So thanks, Aaron, for writing in. We so far lots of cool roles. Bill, we got Bill up next. He's got a male NCR. Finally, another NCR brother. He got an 8 with perception, 9 there with agility. So that is my perfect role for a Fallout 4. But perception acts a little differently in New Vegas. I'm not exactly sure, but it doesn't affect VATS in the same way that it does in Fallout 4. But the perception of 8 and agility of 9, no traits. Let's see. We got to repair explosives and unarmed. Let's see. Repair would be some sort of intelligence. Ooh, a 2. Yikes. Explosives. What does that be under? Probably under strength or something, right?
No, that's under perception.
Under perception. Okay. He's got high perception though, so that'll work well. And unarmed. That one.
So he'll have really high explosives. It'll probably be probably around 35 to start.
Great. Also follow where Rex go see the king. Steven, hello, brother Steven's got a female and another yes man. Lots of nice averages all the way down, except for his charisma of 9 and luck of 7. So good luck there. Small frame again. That's the iron water pistol. Attaboy. Good natured. Cool. With medicine, sneak, and lockpick. Medicine. With the 4 of intelligence, sneak. What's your that's probably under agility. 4 agility. Yikes. Lockpick. Oh my goodness. Rose of Sharon Cat. Oh, Cass again.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
The fun drunk.
Yeah, the fun drunk. So good roll, Steven. Have fun with that character. John P. I think John just joined up just recently here. Mr. House. Nice. Is that our first House? No, who had House? Aaron had Mr. House. Ray, what do we know about Mr. House? He is it like a big reveal spoiler that we shouldn't mention Mr. House yet?
No, he's a pretty prominent character in the game and gets a lot of mentions as you go along. He is
I just couldn't remember.
Essentially, he's in charge of New Vegas.
Yeah, he's the head honcho of the strip there. Yeah. So Mr. House, that'll be fun. No traits. Sneak, melee weapons, unarmed. Boone. I like Boone as a sniper. His special here has got the charisma of 10 and intelligence of 9. But it seems like all of his skills are combat based. His special layout is more of a barter / intelligence charisma sort of build there. Interesting. So that'll be an interesting way to see if you can.
Anybody that has the high intelligence, really doesn't have to worry too much about how their their other skills match up, because you get more skill points every time you level up. You'll be able to build up some of these that you start out lower in.
Nice. Yeah. It's just I'm gonna have to get used to see. There's like all those little tiny differences. You know what I mean? That
yeah.
How the just little perks and
Yeah, so that really the key is to kind of figure out how you want to play your character. Look at these skills and traits that you've got, and see how you want to build out, because it's you get skill points every time you level up, and so if you spread them out too much, then your skills don't really go up like you want. You'll run into speech checks. There'll be barter checks, science, repair, medicine, and also speech. But you kind of have to have an idea what direction you want your player to go in, and focus your skills so that you can get those built up to be strong in the areas that you want to be strong in.
Well, good thing we took the choice out of your decision making process. Finally. Let's go through an email here real quick that we got from Michelle, since we're going through his stats just a little bit ago. Michelle says, Johnny B. Good had the following: draw sex of a female, which I decided to change to male. He had a faction of Yes Man, specials of 965, 9623, traits good-natured and 4 eyes, tag skills, lockpick, guns, and repair, companion, Veronica Santangelo. That's a cool name. At the beginning, with the glasses he had found, his skills were barter 27, EW 15. What's that? Explosives 15, guns 18, lockpick 30.
Energy weapons
15, medicine 21, MW 17.
Melee weapons.
Melee weapons, yeah, there. Repair of 36. That's high repair, so he got that gun. Science of 21, sneak of 8, speech 27, survival 14, unarmed 9. Okay. Although his P6 and I6 helped him in lockpick and repair, his A2, and the -5 from Good Nature left him with only 18 in guns and 8 in sneak, which is not very good if you want to survive in the wasteland. So I decided to give him some training. I took him on exploration, and on his way he killed geckos and coyotes, powder ganger spiders, feral ghouls, and I got some XP for completing the quest for Willow. Make a mark. Who's Willow? You know, Ray?
I don't remember.
In doing so,
it's been a while since I played, so
it's cool. You know a lot more than I do. In doing so, he got to level 6. It took intense training each time, and he got to A5, and I put points into guns and sneak, which got into guns to 40 and sneak to 38. Oh, that's a big bump there. Yeah, we'll need to talk about leveling up and stuff like that, because when I was doing that, I was taking always the intense training each time and just leveling up all my specials, right? How do you do your level ups? Do you ever take that intense training, or do you actually put it into different, like?
No, I definitely do. So right now, my game plan, so at level 2, I'll take rapid reload. At level 4, I'll take educated, which gives you a couple of extra skill points every time you level up.
Yeah.
And then at level 6 and level 8, I'll take intense training for endurance.
Mm-hmm.
Because I need to get my endurance up.
So you've got,
and the way that I'm role playing that is the fact that after getting shot in the head and having to recover from that, he didn't come out of it quite as tough as he had been, but he's a desert rat, so his endurance will get built back up over time.
Nice. That's great. Let's see what we're about to get into here. Oh, we're doing to Michelle here. He said, as for the mods I will use in this playthrough, I have many more installed, but I won't use them in this playthrough. I just don't want to mess up my profile by uninstalling them. I get that. The Poco Bueno and NMC's texture packs, and Dynavision for the look. Electro City relighting the wasteland for immersion, mainly causing it. It adds some NPCs with their truck and equipment, and it makes it look like some things are improving. Project Nevada for the ability to tweak many options, and as they say in the description, to make Fallout New Vegas a more interesting, eventually more challenging, but surely more fun experience for you. For example, I've changed the time scale from 30 to 20, as I usually do in my games, so that I can do more things in a day. That means he extends time to make it even longer?
Yeah.
Wow. New Vegas redesigned 2 for better looking NPCs. After school special for the house, and because the quests get it functional and they're interesting. Willow, because there's a mod there that's Willow. That's why you didn't remember it. Right? Willow, because she's the most interesting companion I found for Fallout New Vegas. She's got a good backstory, many little quests, a nice affinity system. In short, I really enjoy traveling with her. And I use some utilities. One HUD, one MCM, a mod configuration menu, and a UIO, a user interface organizer, and the patches. So I would say I'm well prepared for the roundtable playthrough, and I'm eager to get it started. Many thanks for starting that new roundtable in the game, which is still my favorite of the Fallout series. See you in the wasteland. Awesome, Michelle. Thank you so much for the great email. That's cool. I'm glad you wrote in.
Yeah, definitely some nice mods.
Yeah, we got your mod list posted somewhere too, right? Didn't we? I'll have to bump that back up again to the top of the Facebook group as we get near the start there. I'm sure more people will be asking about the different mods that people are using. Kara, are you going to use any mods? You're going to do it straight?
I want to taste it pure for the first time. Maybe mods later.
It didn't even seem like you modded Fallout 4 much. Even though you played on
I have the opportunity, but I don't know. And it was fun trying the. Oh God, I am having a brain dead moment. It was fun doing those little quests for the Tales of the Wasteland. That was a lot of fun. had a learning curve with the Nexus, but I don't know. I think I just like it straightforward.
Yeah. So you didn't add much to the tales of the Commodore.
Yeah. No, I went pretty straightforward.
Oh. No, I appreciate that for some reason, because like one of the main things that you associate with people who are on the the PC scoff master race is that they will mod the hell out of everything and spend a lot of time doing that sort of thing. But I think that's really fun that you always play on PC, but you hardly ever go down that route.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess in some ways it's because of all the glitches that can come with modding. But for the most part, I like to enjoy the game as it was made. Glitches, like bad parts and all. Good, bad, the ugly. I like it straightforward.
That's admirable. Hey, so let's check in again with Craig. We heard from him earlier about the game, but he also wrote in an email and sent us in an audio feedback for his character creation. So let's go ahead and check in with Craig here.
Hello again, Fallout Feed, or for the first time, if depending on what order these are played in.
No,
since I was already recording the Gen Con thing, I thought I would go ahead and also tell you what I rolled for the round table. So I rolled a female in Caesar's Legion, or I guess I should start calling it Caesar's Legion. Her specials are 8 for strength, 6 for perception, 8 for endurance, 4 for charisma, intelligence of 3, agility of 5, and luck of 6. My traits are heavy-handed and built to destroy, and my tag skills are survival, sneak, and explosives. My companion is Cass. She's always been my favorite companion. I'm pretty sure she's the first companion I ever played with the first time I played this game. So it's good to see her. I'm not sure how she's going to feel about siding with the Legion, though. But
yeah,
I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So I guess with what I received, I'm going to be a melee and explosives kind of gal. Yeah, so that's it. All right, looking forward to actually playing in the round table.
That's awesome. Thanks again, Craig, for doing your the floor report from Gen Con and your character role. That's awesome. Thanks a lot, Craig, for writing in. It's always a joy interacting with you in the Twitter sphere. So let's see, what else do we have to get through this evening?
Oh, well, real quick, there's a QuakeCon sale. I don't know when people will be listening to this, how soon or whatever. We usually turn these around pretty quick. But this week there's a QuakeCon that ends Tuesday, August 29th on Steam. Fallout is part of that. I don't know if it's just Fallout 4, if the others are included, but... Oh, and Skyrim as well. Skyrim's involved.
Well, there you go. Get on it, folks. Let's see. We have another email I'd like to get to quickly here from Chris, newly joined the Facebook group. Hello from Minneapolis. I mentioned I am trying my hand at this season's roundtable, so here I am introducing Aaron Jacobs. I attached a screenshot of my random character roll, done with 4 refreshes. Also, a screenshot for him. Oh, his character actually looks really cool. I should try to post that in the Facebook group. He said, I think he said he posted it too. But that's a really cool, got a nice strong jawline and a cool sort of wave to his hair. Really nice. Looks like he's got the charisma of 10 and a perception of 7, agility of 8, trigger discipline, survival, melee, guns, and Cassidy. Nice. Thanks for the email, Chris. We also have Steven has a little email here he sent. Thanks, Steven. Hello, fellow Wastelanders. Thanks for welcoming me into the vault. I'm just now seeing that you're doing a show on listener roles, and I don't have time to do a recording before you go live, as I'm an American expat living in New Zealand. Oh, that's really interesting. Awesome. The time difference and my ability just isn't working out this time. Please do mention that my post on the Facebook page about my character Splendid Angahard. I can't even pronounce it. Anghard. Angarad. There you go. Splendid Angarad. I listen to the show on my commute and really appreciate all the work you do to keep the community going. Cheers, Stephen Carlson. Hey, Stephen, that's awesome. Thank you so much for writing in. We love hearing people listen to the show, and that's awesome. You're listening from New Zealand. Shout out. That's all the way on the other fucking side of the world from us. That's great. Go say hi to Sherry over in Australia. Do we have any other New Zealand listeners? Chime in, everybody, from wherever you are in the world. John Pappas also writes into the show, hey guys, here's my first New Vegas character, Sandy Bernardo. She is loving her straight razor as it allows her to get close and personal with her foes. That is disturbing. I did change up the role by taking traits, Wild Wasteland. A Wild Wasteland, just because I've heard so much about it, and the eyes one, since Sandy will be wearing glasses as soon as she finds a pair. So stoked to play along with the group. Y'all rock. Okay, that's great. Thanks so much for writing in, John. And we talked about his list there at the end. I believe that's all the emails that we're going to get through this evening. Leon had an audio feedback I wanted to play. So we'll go ahead and check in with Leon when I get that pulled up. Here we go. Sorry about that, guys.
G'day, Roundtable. This is Leon from Texas. This is for my Roundtable Season 4, the New Vegas playthrough. And I rolled my character up a while back, actually before the end of the old Roundtable, the Season 3 Roundtable, and posted it on the Facebook. But I wanted to send a voicemail in so that everybody could know what I currently had and what I had rolled in case they missed it on Facebook. So I rolled a female who's going to be NCR. Her special is Strength of 5, Perception of 2, Endurance of 10, Charisma of 1, Intelligence of 9, Agility of 3, and Luck of 10. Her traits are Wild Wasteland and Kamikaze. Her tag skills are Medicine, Survival, and Repair, and her companion is Veronica. I haven't started playing her. I built her way back when, but she's just kind of standing outside Doc Mitchell's house. I'll probably start playing her in the next week or so, since we're starting the round table and right after Labor Day, and I'll do some prep work on her. It's going to be an interesting playthrough because I've never played a maxed out luck character before. And I usually tend not to play one charisma characters. I actually tend to usually play like one or two intelligence and high charisma because I like the flavor, the different flavor speech options for having a low intelligence in New Vegas. So this one will be interesting. Wild Wasteland I tend to play with. Once I get to big MT, I usually drop it for a different one. A lot of times if I haven't taken, I think it's skilled, that one I'll usually take there if I need to bump a skill or something else if I feel like it. Because by the time you get to big MT, you've seen most of the little things from Wild Wasteland. The other interesting thing is that there are no tag skills on this character that are combat skills, so that's going to be really interesting. Veronica's, I've played with her before. It's a standard companion. I'll probably go ahead and just do Veronica and Eddie and have them cruise with me for a while. I might bounce around, do Rex for a little bit too, but I don't know. Anyways, it's going to be real interesting. I'll keep you updated. Looking forward to Season 4 of the Roundtable.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Leon. We enjoyed your feedback so much last season. Please keep it up with this season. And I haven't even sat down to take account yet, guys, but it seems like we have a really, really huge group of play along folks that are excited to go out to New Vegas. So I think that just goes to show what sort of respect this game is still given in in the series.
10 of them.
That's 10. That's a lot. So I would encourage everyone to please keep up if you can. Play along with us. See if you can make it all the way through the season. Again, we used to do it in like sort of 12 episode seasons, but we're going to take it slower since we're using all 4 factions. It's going to take us a while to get through these. Again, the format of the show will be kind of a little bit different. We'll try to just keep it to 2 only quests per episode, which means that some factions will be left out for some episodes. So get your side quests all ready to go. Go ahead and look those up online so you can have plenty of side quests to do, just in case that your faction is not up for that week. And we'll be doing 2 episodes and then a feedback episode, then 2 more episodes, then a feedback episode, then 2 more episodes, then a feedback episode, sort of like we did last season. So all of you play along people, all 10 of you out there, we'd love to have everyone keep up with us all season long and submit feedback every 3rd week. So please keep up with us. That'd be amazing. And I'm super excited. It looks like everyone's got really interesting roles. And if they sort of are a little bit screwy, which you get with the round table sometimes, it's really great to see the way that people sort of incorporate the strange roles or the challenge of incorporating strange roles into the background of a character. I'm not very good at role playing, I guess we'll say, Ray. I'm not hugely good at like developing a motivational background to all my character. I just kind of like to hop into a game and sort of play. Do you really embrace the role?
Yeah, I like to set up a character, figure out.
So we're getting some feedback.
And then, kind of build my plan of how I'm going to put that character together. And then, set a set of guidelines for, how that character is going to interact in general, kind of their personality, so that I know as I'm going along how I play the game.
I think I should make you. I think I should make you look at my role and do like my first 10 level. You should map out what I should do for my first 15 levels or something. What is there a level cap?
It took me like 3 days to do mine, so
yeah, never mind that. That's an investment. Jeez.
Yeah.
What is there a level cap? Is there like a 30 level cap or something?
If you've got the DLCs, it bumps up from there.
Yeah, I don't have those installed yet. I was, because if you install those, as soon as you step out from like Doc Watson's or whatever his name is, as soon as you step out of his house, you get like tons of armor and all sorts of crazy weapons and all these different caravan packs,
and you get a ton of quests too.
Yeah, so I haven't loaded any of that stuff. I assume when I pop in the second disc, I got the Xbox 360 version. I'm playing on my Xbox One, so I assume if I pop in that second disc, that all that stuff would install.
Yeah, and I loaded a mod that delays the start of the DLCs.
Oh, nice. So yeah. Oh gosh, I don't know if I have much else for this evening. Kara, do you have any thoughts?
I'm excited to get my feet wet in New Vegas. I was talking to some people the other day, and they said you're in for a real treat. They said it was honestly their favorite one. But other than that, no. Like, I'm just really. This is the one where baby carriages should be avoided, right?
No, that was 3.
That's 3. Okay.
Yeah, I'm scared too. I like. Is this the one that's going to blow up in my face?
Everything is new and terrifying.
Yes. Kara, are you a role player? Will you develop like an in-depth backstory to your character to provide motivation?
As a Dungeons and Dragons player, yes. I really
have anything started with your character yet?
Just a name. I was thinking Donovan. That's it for now.
What does that mean? Is that a reference to something important to you, or
no? That's just how it started out. I was just rolling around male names, and I was like, I think I like that one.
Donovan. Is that more like a cowboy name or more like a Brit boy name?
I don't know, but where I first heard it from was the band Donovan. You know, Mellow Yellow and what's that one song, In the Summertime? Which is a really awful song, but the beat is so good. Yeah.
Yes.
And I've liked that name for a long time. I think this is the time and place to use it. So let's see.
One of these days, you're going to meet a nice young chap named Donovan in a bar, Kara.
Fallout New Vegas, is always been kind of special to me because of my connection to the area, and my familiarity with that part of the country. Oh yeah, and I love the music.
There are two radio stations that I've gotten. Which one is the Diamond City Radio equivalent?
It's the one that has Mr. New Vegas.
Mr. New Vegas. That plays all like the 50s rock and roll songs.
And the Western music too.
What's the other station that I have on my Pip-Boy? I don't have my my Xbox turned on, but there's two radio stations I have. One, I don't remember what the difference.
Yeah, I don't know. Was. Mine has more.
So get a backstory. Andrew's not good at backstories, but I'll try to figure something. I'll tie in some sort of motivation for my character somehow here. Sorry, Ray. I feel like I just cut you off. What were you about to say?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
That was like 3 seconds ago.
Sorry. Yeah, my bad. How dare you. Before we close off for the night, there's a really serious subject that we need to get into here. We are at the precipice of a giant Twitter war. Those jerks, shall we say, over at the A Skyrim Addict podcast think that they can just be all high and mighty. They have 17 more followers than the Fallout feed does on Twitter right now, guys, and we just cannot take this insults, this standing order any longer. Please, all of you out there, even if you aren't a member of Twitter, please just sign up to follow us and not A Skyrim Addict podcast. We are 17 down. Please, just 18 of you out there. We need to settle this battle once and for all. Ray, can you drop in some like patriotic
some fake Twitter names?
Make some Russian bots for our Twitter war.
I could set up a Twitter account for each one of my 20 email addresses.
Attaboy.
You have so many characters and you have 20 email addresses. Why am I not surprised?
Ray's going to start 3D printing our merchandise at home now. So.
Oh, we're having a sale on shirts too, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. We forgot to mention that. We should definitely mention that. The Fallout feed has some T-shirts available, super duper cheap, $5 a piece, plus shipping anywhere in the United States. So hop on that. It's Etsy.com. Search ASA podcasting there at Etsy, and it'll take you there all the way. $5 Fallout feed T-shirts available. Good stuff. Hook yourself up. And how did you come up with your name, Ray? Are names important to the background?
Yeah. So he's the coyote, which is, the coyote is the kind of the king of the desert. They're the consummate survivors, and then it's also the name of the people that move slaves around. It's transporters.
Faction or something, like a more minor faction in the game. They're called the.
No. They really don't have anything to do with the game. It's mostly just desert lore.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Oh, cool. My name was just my character's name is Peretti. My last few characters, I think, have all been female comedian or female podcasters inspired that I like. So Chelsea Peretti is an actress and stand-up comedian and podcaster that I like a lot. So I named my character Peretti. I went with the Asian race. I thought that was interesting that you could just choose the different races and then scroll through the presets. Do you guys really get into the face modifications? Do you really get into the nitty-gritty with designing what your face looks like?
I used to, and then I realized it was taking forever before I ever got in the game, and then I got lazy and gave up. Yeah,
I don't do it anymore. Right? Do you get into it?
It really depends on the character. But a little bit, not really in depth.
I never understood the point of if you played in first person, if you would spend a lot of time working on the face.
Well, whenever you have a conversation with somebody, you get that pullback shot. You got to look good then.
I guess so. I play in third person.
You don't want to grimace at yourself every time you get one of those cutscenes.
I play in third person, and Fallout 4 is really easy. If you could pull the camera back, and if you pressed either direction, you could swing the camera around your character, so you could see your face at any times. But in this game, I can't figure out how to swing the camera. Like, I can pull it back, but I can't swing it side to side. So you have to sit there and wait for like that 2 or 3 minutes. And then the camera will just start randomly, like if it's on like idle mode, it'll just start circling around you. So if you actually want to see your face and in third person mode, you have to wait for that camera to start doing that spinny thing, or have a conversation where you can do that pullback shot like Ray was talking about.
Yeah, I'm having camera problems with this. Whenever I go into third person and try to swing around, the character keeps his back to me.
I can't figure out how to get the camera to look at the face without going to the waiting idle phase.
And then if I go to into console mode and release the free camera, I pull away, but the character is invisible.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's kind of interesting because I'm looking around, and I'm standing outside of the schoolyard, and I'm looking at the character, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's going on here and everything. And one of the mantises comes walking up and starts pummeling me. So you get a big blood pool where you're standing.
That's neat. You can't
actually see your body.
Floating bloody patches in the sky.
Yep.
Great. Closing thoughts, Ray and Kara.
Yeah, I'm totally stoked. I mean, this is it. We've got an awesome group, and we've got a great variety of characters and stats, and so this should be a great season of the Roundtable.
Yeah, I need to make a couple corrections that Michelle pointed out to me on the webpage, but I believe if we go to our website there at asapodcasting.com. If you roll over to the Fallout feed section, click on that, you can get our schedule, Fallout feed season 4 schedule. We did our first episode on Thursday, August 17th. Our first official episode where we're doing quests will be September 7th. So after Labor Day, the first Thursday, we'll be going through the quests. Ain't That a Kick in the Head, Back in the Saddle, and By a Campfire on the Trail. I believe all 3 of those are just sort of like tutorial quests, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
So go ahead and get out there, folks. Do those tutorial quests and then try to do some side quests. Get your XP any way you can for that first episode on September 7th. And then September 14th, we'll go into the bigger quest of They Went That Away. Part 1, we've got it broken into 2 parts because it's such a big quest. We've got part 1, My Kind of Town, and the schedule says cold feet, but that's not correct. It's cold something else. Michelle told me the correction, but I'll have to fix that on the schedule. So yeah, we'll get into those episodes there on September 7th is when we'll start the actual roundtable. Everyone get your characters out there. See if you can get a couple levels under your belt. Get your characters going. We're excited. Thanks a lot, everyone, for checking out the roundtable. It's always exciting. And I'll make a last-ditch effort here. I think we've got our 12 that we actually need, and we're probably not enough. But if anyone else, if 2 more wanted to join up, we are doing an ASA Podcasting Fantasy Football League this year, if anyone's interested in that. The season kicks off here in just like a week and a half or 2. So we are getting that going. If you are interested, we are still open up for business. So please join us if you're interested in fantasy football. It's all a lot of fun, and it's a great way to interact and have a community within our community, if you will. So we're already have our own little Facebook Messenger group going, and we're already trash talking each other and talking about strategies and whatever. So it's really fun. If you like fantasy football, please join us. We'd love to have anybody, even if you're not on Facebook. I know Ray, you used to not even use Facebook at all, but just because you joined up with the podcast group, we actually twisted your arm into it. So that just goes to show out there, everybody. You don't even have to make it part of your life. Ray doesn't like hang out in Facebook land all the time or anything. So just sign up for Facebook, and just to be part of our group. You don't have to like actually be a member of Facebook. We won't tell any of your friends, so you can still be cool that you're not a member of stupid. All right. So that's all my thoughts that I have for this evening.
So if anybody out there is going to be going to Dragon Con.
Oh, yeah.
So Lee Benjamin and I are going to be meeting up. Lee's manning a fan table at the Hilton, and I'll be working the ballrooms at the Hilton. And so we'll get whoever can get together and meet up. We'll have a little meetup at some point over that Labor Day weekend at Dragon Con.
Where exactly is Dragon Con? Is it in Atlanta proper?
It's in downtown Atlanta. There's 6 hotels in the downtown area that are all connected together, and I think it's should be north of 75,000 people.
Holy fuck! Oh, that's crazy. That's amazing.
So definitely, any interest you have in anything from, steampunk to science, it's covered at Dragon Con. So definitely a great. There's a podcasting track, and then every conceivable, group. Doctor Who, Star Trek, Star Wars. Pretty much everything is covered in one way or another at Dragon Con.
Well, that does equal pretty much everything between Star Trek and Star Wars.
Yeah. So there's going to be some voice actors from Fallout and Skyrim there.
Cool.
So Keith Farley, the guy that voices Kellogg,
Cool.
and the voice of Parthenax, and then Doc Mitchell we talked about last week.
Sweet. That's awesome. Will you actually get to interact with any of these people at any time?
So right now I'm trying to get on the panel for Keith Farley, the guy that does Kellogg. So
would it be legal for us to, if he says anything about Kellogg, for us to like take that audio, include it into our podcast somehow, or would that be in bad taste?
Yeah, that would be frowned on.
Okay. That'd be awesome. Because you're working like the soundboard. You have access to that shit.
Yeah. Up until the point they figured out I was skimming content.
Skimming content, that's probably bad. Yeah, so that's great, Ray. Dragon Con sounds cool. Having a meet up with Lee. Is Lee doing his what is the Star Trek fan? The fan movie?
Oh,
I forget what it's called. He sent me a couple
with an A.
But so Lee is
sorry, Lee, I forgot.
He heads up there's a huge production. They're making a fan movie of in the Star Trek universe, but Lee has a lot to do with that. So I assume that's what his representation will be at Dragon Con. I assume he's going in with that group.
Yeah.
And so that's really cool. So everyone check out Lee. Hopefully he'll post some stuff in our Facebook group about it, so we can all know about what's going on with that. So if you're in Dragon Con in the Atlanta area, go visit Lee and Ray, and we'll do a little ASA podcasting meetup. If I know Blake lives down there, hopefully we can coax him into going into Dragon Con. That'd be fun. So everybody check it out. That'd be great. We've done one little meetup in Philadelphia, and it'd be fun to do another one in Atlanta. Cool. Kara, got anything else?
The only other thing I can think that we haven't mentioned is there's now an adult coloring book for Fallout 4.
Oh, really?
there is, awesome. Yeah. Bethesda posted, or Fallout 4 Facebook posted about it today. But I think that's it. I think we're ready to wrap up the episode.
Nice. Sounds great. Cold Hearth is what Michelle told me. I just flipped over to the YouTube chat there for a second. So Cold Hearth. I don't know. What did I put? Cold Feet or whatever? Was I talking about get scared of being married or something? See, I haven't played any of these quests before, so I don't even really know what any of this is called. So I didn't even realize that was a stupid mistake. So thanks for pointing that out to me, Michelle, and I will try to get that updated on the website. Yeah, so Ray, thanks for hopping on tonight and talking us through all of the different skills and explaining everything to me again.
Pleasure as always.
Kara, thanks so much for hopping on, and it was a pleasure to speak with you again, as always.
And always with you, too.
Awesome. Great. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and we will see you in the wasteland.
Thank you for downloading this episode of the Fallout Feed Roundtable. If you are interested in doing a play-along character with us, the show can be contacted by emailing falloutroundtable@gmail.com. For the roundtable schedule, our Amazon link, and all other show information, please head on over to asapodcasting.com, where you will find the Fallout Feed, the Skyrimatic Podcast, our YouTube channel, the Chatterbox, as well as other content. Once again, thank you for downloading, and we'll see you in the wasteland.
Thanks, everyone who was hanging out in the YouTube chat tonight with Joe and Michelle and Wendy and everybody. Ruby.
Oh,
shout out. Thanks.
Joe. Did you see that Chris Brown comment?
Uh-huh.
I'm so mad that I laughed, though.